And
Do you
then
want me to get
you
them?
can soften this edge. And I would put my autograph on it,
Okay.
and I would get to the next top. Yes.
Thank you.
I know, every pedal's a little bit weird. It's like you gotta find that sweet spot.
What, your box? Too fast, too slow.
Uh-huh. A little tap, tap.
Let's go.
Okay. All right. So, you're doing great holding your hands still before, because that's the biggest part, is having both of your hands acting together. And so, I'm going to do one more pull up. I'm going slow because I want this clay to move around into my hands, but I've got to give it time to do that. So if I'm coming up too fast, it will just make my clay wonky rather than trying to center it. And so at this point, when I'm at the top here, I'm using my thumb too. So that helps to press down. So now that we have it pretty good. And sometimes, you know, because especially when you're in the beginning, I like to just like take off a little bit of this extra slurry so that I can work with my clay a little bit longer. Okay, so now most of my pressure is on the top here, on the thumbs, to press it back down.
Hand is pressing on the side a little bit.
Well, they will. They'll wrap around, but I just wanted to show you what my thumbs were doing. So this is to guide that. My right and my left hand is helping guide this clay. See this bump coming back down? And this is what I do to help me get it centered really well. So I'm going slow. Now, if your wheel is going slow like this, then your hand should move slower than your wheel. You don't, you see how the wheel's going around? Your hand shouldn't go faster than the revolution of the wheel. So I'm just taking my time. You know, once you get it down, you can do it faster. I'm just doing it slow so you can see what my hands are doing. If I go too fast, it doesn't help. I'm still just doing the same thing. I'm just letting my hands guide. My fingers down here guide that lump of clay that I'm pushing down. And I add more water when I feel my hands start to pull against the clay, because I want my hands to slide. And now I'm really applying some pressure now that I'm getting down to the bottom. So most of that pressure is happening again on my thumbs and then down here. Yep. Okay. So now that I've pressed it down, I'm going to essentially kind of use my fingers to trim up the bottom here. And this is just to make a nice starting point. And I'm using, these are just guide hands, but I'm using these fingers and I'm going slowly up the clay. I like to start in a nice kind of ball shape before I actually start opening up my clay.
That's almost like a lathe.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Alright. And that was just a little excess I want to come off. Now look.
You want to counteract this pressure.
So that's what I'm shooting for.
Yep, that's a good starting point. So look at that center now.
That's dead on.
It doesn't move, right? When you're looking at it, it's not moving around, and that's when I know, okay.
So now you're ready to put your thumb down.
Now I'm centered. So here's the other thing that I do first. Let's see, what kind of tools do you have here? We got this. Okay, this will work out good. All right. I'll just take a little, remember the extra slurry? Because essentially the longer you have wetness, especially when you're still wetting. It takes longer to, oh gosh, it does.
So you're taking the wetness off.
I'm taking the wetness off so you can have more time to work with this clay before it gets that, oh no,
Sloppy.
it's that sloppy, it's gonna collapse on me.
Okay.
So I'll do that as many times as I need. And I'm not applying a lot of pressure. I don't want to uncenter what I've already centered. I just very gently. Almost like the clay doesn't even know that I'm touching it.
Just lay on
That's how
some water
gently.
so it's nice and you can
And I'll
feel.
just take out wherever that is. I'll just take that little bit of slurry off. And I'll do that as many times as I need to when I'm throwing. To give me more time.
Because I think I ran out of time because I had some messy sloppy.
And then it starts kind of collapsing or tearing away in places. Oh, I understand. Me and the wheel, we struggled in the beginning. Let me tell you. Okay, so I totally understand.
Okay, so
All
now
right.
I'm centered.
Now you're centered, so and I wanted to.
No, thank you.
It's hard to explain
No,
without
I got that.
showing. So is that
Yeah,
helpful?
no, that was totally helpful.
Okay, all right.
What's my next move? Press down with my thumb?
Yeah. To open it up and start your
So
opening.
right on, so I press down with one thumb or two thumbs?
I normally, you'll figure out what is better for you. But I normally, whatever you think is going to be more stable for you.
Okay.
Because the thing is, that you don't want that finger to move.
Okay, so I'm
Like
gonna get,
it'll go down. You'll move it down.
I'm gonna get
Yeah,
marked
I
out.
normally here.
Let me figure
So
out how to,
if I had a lump of clay,
yeah,
I normally use my
Okay.
middle finger.
Okay.
But if you think your thumb
No,
would be
I can
better
do-
for
I can
you,
do it.
okay. And so I'm just very gently and slowly pushing it down into the clay.
okay.
Yeah, use your other hand to help support it and guide it.
Cut it off. And make another.
I've got it marked on my leg and my other finger.
That's good. That's
Put
good.
a finger on
Oh,
that
I'm
top
not
seat
pressing
and
too
go
hard.
flying.
Well, no, that's good
You're gonna
practice,
practice
you know,
keeping-
and the clay will move around your finger.
Two
And so
hands
if you need more water.
doing the work on your clay. Two hands together. One hand informs the other. So when you have one hand with an elbow floating out here, and another hand with an elbow floating out this way, and gripping on each side of your pot,
There it goes.
you don't really have a lot of
Now,
control.
Film a little
more
So
tight.
water.
you bring your
Every time
arms
you feel
in
it,
close
feel
to
it
your
dry up.
body.
Try and get some water.
anchor
before.
those
So that
elbows.
way the clay will keep moving around your finger.
Figure out
to
how
get this opening.
you can get a good grip on your clay. Lay one thumb over another thumb.
I know.
Sometimes
It does.
it's an index finger. Your hands are going to move. There's no one right way to put your hands. The only right thing to do is to apply pressure in one and two
See how
spots
quickly-
to
I
keep
think
that
now-
clay
and now
from
it's time to
flying
start
up out of
Okay, so do you
control
want to
Pulling
show
it
me?
open.
spread it
Yeah,
out against your wheel. And you'll get better at this. Trust me. Resist the urge to make it perfect right now.
Okay.
Thank you so much for this.
Oh, you're
That's
so
awesome.
welcome. And your name is?
Mike.
Mike, nice to meet you, Mike. I'm Desiree. Okay, so you've already got it set up. So
yes,
I'm just gonna put my finger back in here.
I use the back
I'm
of a
essentially
paintbrush or the
slowly-
back end of a
So you're just
paintbrush
pulling this.
I'm just pulling it out
Dull
very
pencil
slowly.
or
And every time
a ballpoint,
I start to feel a little pull of the clay, that means I need more water.
Yes, the needle tools sort of slice into the clay rather than
so, I mean, I can do
push
this
it
a lot
away.
faster,
I have
but-
Yeah,
little
no,
like
I'm
one
showing,
nose
okay, good.
knitting
I
needle.
know, I'm trying to be helpful.
So you're just applying, your
I have
pressure
some
is.
Yeah,
styluses.
that's
is
just
making
the
that
pull.
opening.
Yeah.
And it's very
Just make
tiny.
sure I get
I'm
the
not
back.
applying a ton of pressure right now because I want this to happen slowly. Because I want my clay, this entire ball of clay, to respond to my pressure evenly, but it takes time.
Yeah.
It takes some time for that entire ball of clay, entire thickness, to do what I want it to. So here's the other little thing. So as I'm doing this, you see, you know, this little lump of clay is forming there, I'll just use this finger to keep that down because I don't want to lose this little part of clay. You know, but
Well,
it's
maybe
these
you
little
could
things
incorporate
that
that.
I'm showing you. I'm just letting you know what my fingers are doing, but you don't have to worry about that right
See that? So
now.
that's pressing down over there.
Yeah, just a little bit to get it to, but not a ton. All right, so now I'm going to apply more pressure.
Here's a rose chamois, the one with the cheesy blanket. Yeah. You could? Yeah, I would try this though, rather than the sponge, and not add too much water.
Just press on my hand how hard you're pressing. Like pretend
Yeah, sure.
just so I know how hard you're pressing.
Oh, or you can put your if you don't mind.
No, okay, I'll press
I'll
on
let
my
you know.
Yes. Or what we can do.
Okay, so that's
is let's
how
get that
hard you're
wheel
pressing.
going
Thank you.
Yeah.
and see if we can't fix it.
Okay, thank
Is
you.
that helpful?
Yep.
Right.
And so, you know, sometimes you'll get a little bump that forms in the middle, and you can just take your finger and slowly
Get that wheel
compress
going quickly.
to get it
And what we're gonna do.
back
is
to
I'm just
that.
gonna get my
And you
finger
can always
in
use your sponge to do that as well.
So that
So,
I'm not hearing
you know,
about
I'll
whether
just
it's
I'll do this. I'm assuming you want
right now.
to start a little wider, or do you want to take it here to get it how wide you want, and then we can work.
Let me just move it a half an inch. I can do it right from here. You
Oh no
stay
no no
right
no!
there.
If you're gonna do it, you should do it sitting
Okay,
here.
but I want to go the next step too.
Yeah, that's fine.
But let me just do.
Without
I'll just move it a little so I feel like I've done this.
So now
Yeah,
you don't
and
have
this
to
is
worry about.
you know, I'm glad you weren't shy and asked me. This is
No.
Absolutely.
No, because I know I needed help. So I'm applying that same amount of pressure.
Slippy, when your clay is slippy, and we're going to grab onto there.
It's still a
You're
little
gonna push
wobbly.
down on the wheel head.
Well,
I don't know what's on. You
That's,
might want to.
no, that's okay. That's okay. I don't think it's anything to be worried about. But the clay doesn't.
And then take the
When you're
extra
pulling it
off.
out like this, that's what's gonna
So
happen.
now you're not gonna waste too
You
much
know,
of that
and
clay.
the entire time you're throwing it all
When you're
isn't always that perfect.
Alright,
You know, and you can
Okay.
still make it
So rather-
good.
So you can show me the next step.
try it
Okay.
that way. And
So,
then- and what you're
what
gonna
do you,
yeah,
what
you're
is it
gonna
that you wanna make?
instead of
Anything
cupping
really
it,
just not a
pull it up,
disaster.
'cause
A
it's
cup,
gonna use
whatever is
that,
easier.
A cup?
that
A
clay
cylinder.
and
Okay.
clay on the
All right.
outside
Yeah.
up and over. So
I
rather
mean,
than
is that-
cup it
is
to
that
pull it
fine?
up, you want to press it and
This is where I get my
squeeze it
tools out.
to make it go.
Because
You're
I'm
not-
used to
squeezing,
certain things.
squeezing
Okay.
my palms.
All right. So I like
And then,
I like
what you're
to, yeah.
bringing is
Well,
the
and I'm
outside
also getting a
layer.
nice starting
So,
point.
Okay.
So that
generally
essentially
you
when
can
my
take this,
my
Okay, so
hands
it's
touch
square.
it. Yeah, so it's square. And before I start pulling up, and you can do this with your fingers. It's essentially we're pressing
So
down the
now we're
bottom.
going to,
You know.
nope, not yet.
But this is another way that I start.
To anchor against the,
Okay, so that kind of
Evens the bottom, and I'm pressing.
now we're not gonna.
So eventually, like when all the centering
This
becomes a
hand-
little easier to you, and I'm going to do this part a lot slower.
Alright. That one's gonna come up here and it's gonna
We're
push
just
down. This
pressing